Welcome to this very special episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp, the voice note show that investigates the crap shared in your WhatsApp groups. I'm Andisueme from podcasting company Volume.
And I'm Taryn Corey from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization. Today we're switching things up a bit by focusing on one claim that has been doing the rounds on social media.
In news just in, Health Minister Joe Phaahla has announced that the first case of monkeypox has been detected in South Africa, saying that a 30-year-old man with no travel history was confirmed to have been infected.
2 cases of monkeypox in South Africa, but against a global backdrop of infections in countries that have never experienced this virus. Our health authorities are urging us to be vigilant.
The claim is that the disease monkeypox is linked only to men who have sex with men, and that it spreads faster among this group. These claims can cause stigma and have a negative effect on the public health response to monkeypox.
So we're deep diving into the claim to share what's fact and what's fiction.
So, Taryn, how did Africa Check first come across these claims?
Well, as many of our listeners will know, in May 2022, an outbreak of the disease monkeypox was detected in several European countries, and South Africa announced its first confirmed case on 23 June.
Discussions of the disease have often mentioned men who have sex with men, a group which includes gay and bisexual men, and is shortened to MSM.
Professor Koleka Mlisana of South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service also stirred controversy for linking the outbreak to MSM, and several social media users have claimed that monkeypox spread especially rapidly among, or mainly, affects this group.
But is any of this true? And how relevant are MSM in the context of this monkeypox outbreak?
Let's take a closer look. Monkeypox spreads through close contact with an infected person. Among its symptoms are painful rash, fever, muscle aches, chills, and exhaustion.
Links between monkeypox and MSM have been made because a relatively large proportion of the cases detected in Europe were in this group. But this group is not especially likely to catch the disease.
On 23 June, South Africa's National Institute for Communicable Diseases, or NICD, said, anyone, regardless of gender identity or sexual orientation, can catch monkeypox if they have close contact with someone infected with the virus.
So how exactly does monkeypox spread?
That's an important question, because the virus is not sexually transmitted, but spreads through skin-to-skin contact. But the NICD has said that even though monkeypox is not considered a sexually transmitted infection, it can spread during intimate physical contact between people.
That includes all people though, right? Not just men who have sex with men.
Exactly. Experts from the Mead Health Desk told us that sexual encounters are a potentially major factor in the spread of monkeypox, especially among men who have sex with men. But it's not clear why this is.
Some researchers believe that cases of monkeypox may be more likely to go undetected in heterosexual men.
This could be because MSM may be more likely to report symptoms of monkeypox to a healthcare provider, and that cases in heterosexual social networks could be underreported, experts told us.
There are also other theories for why MSM may have been disproportionately affected by this outbreak, but none of this means monkeypox is a disease that is particular to MSM.
And this association could be dangerous.
How so?
Well, let's take a look at our history with HIV and AIDS. When it was first detected in the United States, both were associated with MSM. This stigma resulted in the false belief that only MSM could contract HIV and develop AIDS.
That's right. As a result of this, the public health response to the disease was severely negatively impacted across the world, including in South Africa. Let's take a look at South Africa's response to the monkeypox outbreak then. What has that been like?
So, while South African media and health officials have mentioned that the recent outbreak has mostly affected MSM, they have generally made it clear that the disease is not limited to this group.
After announcing South Africa's first confirmed case, the health minister said, thus far monkeypox, has been dominant in men who have sex with men. But he did not say that the disease spread more easily or rapidly in MSM.
Here's what Professor Koleka Mlisana from the National Health Laboratory Service had to say.
Why are we talking about men who have sex with men? It is because, it has always been endemic in Central and Northern Africa. But lately, there have been, as everybody's aware, there have been cases of monkeypox outside of Africa. And what, I think there's about just more than 1,500 cases that have been identified thus far. And if you're looking at those cases, they have been mainly in men who have sex with men. It does not mean it only gets transmitted through, a men who have sex with men, but any direct contact. And the minister is correct in saying why we have seen this trend within men who have sex with men. That's probably how it was originally, introduced in these countries that are outside of Africa.
This drew some controversy, didn't it?
It did. Since it is not clear why the recent outbreak of monkeypox has particularly affected MSM, it could be misleading to state that this was probably how the disease had spread to Europe.
Although the WHO noted that several early cases in the European outbreak were identified in MSM, it made no mention of sexual history in the first case identified in Europe.
Similarly, while the NICD has called sexual conduct among MSM a notable mode of transmission in the recent outbreak, its contact tracing guidelines for health experts do not mention MSM specifically.
Instead, the guidelines classify a potential case as anyone, regardless of gender or sexual orientation, who has had multiple or anonymous sexual partners before displaying symptoms of monkeypox, or meets a number of other conditions. So the claim that the disease spreads more rapidly among MSM is crap?
It's crap. It can also cause stigma and have a negative effect on the public health response to the outbreak.
So let's be careful about what we share and always check fact from fiction.
That's all the time we have for today. Now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for our show over WhatsApp. The number is 082-709-3527. Make sure to save us as a contact in your phone and send us a message to confirm.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find the show notes and a link to the fact checks.
Remember that you can send us a WhatsApp message, a picture, video link, or voice note that you need fact checked. Just forward them to us on WhatsApp. Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Andisua May.
And I'm Taryn Curry. Bye for now.
Volume.